Okay, so things are getting spicy all over the internet. And this is going to be a reaction video to me reacting to lefties losing it. To a lot of Nicki Minaj previous fans and just some of the lefties just absolutely trying to cancel Nicki Minaj or canceling Nicki Minaj. I would say it's a good thing because I feel like she's getting closer to God, praying that she's being born again, starting a real journey to Christ. We're going to get into the rumors of why they think she's doing it to pardon her husband and all this stuff that I really don't know much about, have heard rumors on. Whether it's true or not, God can use anything for his glory. And you already know that I'm a black conservative and I'm absolutely loving this that Nicki Minaj has switched sides. Even if she's doing it for what you guys are saying, it's for the way I see it is this can be used to bring her closer to Christ. And it looks like from watching Turning Point USA, which I love seeing her and Erica together, that she is getting closer to Christ. So let's get into a couple of these videos of these crazy black folks out here canceling Nicki Minaj. And what I will say as a Christian is if she really is trying to get closer to God, like she's saying she does, like she's saying she is, and I feel like she is. I feel like God is working on her despite the rumors. I feel like the world has to cancel you. You have to be rejected by the world. Matter of fact, Christ says that to be friends with the world is enmity to Christ. That doesn't mean you can't be friendly or show love, but it means that you can't agree with sin. So I feel like this is a journey to her being born again, a journey. Rome wasn't built in a day. I feel like God is saving her, even in the mix, whatever her true intentions are. I feel like she is growing closer to Christ. And even if it is to do what you guys are saying, partner, husband, or this, that, and the other, guess what? All things work together for the good of them that love the Lord. God can use anything to bring somebody closer, to save them, and to bring them out the world. And I feel like that's what he's doing with Nicki. And I, as a black conservative, am loving this, honey. I'm clocking the T. And I feel like the world needs to cancel her. I don't know if they can truly cancel her. She will always be beautiful. She's always going to be a legend in the rap game. I couldn't listen to her music because I was saved and her music was very pro gay, pro this, pro that, and I would have dreams of why it was bad for the world. It was leading children to homosexuality and all that, but I had dreams showing me the sweet side of her and all that. And as the years have been going by, I feel like I've been getting all these dreams about her because God wants me to pray for her. So if you follow me, you already know that's how I feel. So I feel like that's just being revealed that God is saving her, and I'm going to pray for her. But I still want to get into these videos of all these black people talking mad crap about her, because how dare her switch sides? How dare her be a conservative, be a Trump supporter? Because you don't have the right as a black woman to think for yourself. You don't have the right to be conservative. You don't have a right to switch sides. You have to stay on the plantation. You have to do what they tell you to do. The white liberals, the black masses, the white masses. You got to play the game how it goes. You got to pick that cotton. You got to do what the culture does. And anytime you do that and try to run away off the plantation to freedom, there are consequences. These little nippity nippies will cancel you and then got the nerve to turn around and call you a coon, which leads me to the next video. This is going to be interesting. You want to stay tuned for this, okay? Let's hop into it. I may need to change the format. Let's get into it. You don't like this? I don't think I can just press play on here, can I? I didn't think so. I know I just pressed play. Let me make sure the volume, yeah.
These sellout coon rappers are one of the reasons why a lot of black folks don't trust these rich black celebrities, because they'll do anything to end with these.
Okay, we gotta pause right there. Woohoo! We got to pause right there, you guys. She said these sellout coon rappers will do anything basically with the white elites. I have to stop right there because let me see if I can switch screens. This is a very, very beautiful biracial young lady with her loose curls and her European features and her pale to almost white skin. But going on in this video to talk about how much she hates basically white people and black conservatives, and her white mom is just so strange to me. It has got to be some sort of a strange disease that a lot of these biracial kids have. And it's mostly these biracial looking kids that have the loose curls, the European features, and the European skin, but somehow are the most Afrocentric and the most blackety black, when it's like you have a whole white mom, ma'am, but you hate white people. You came from a whole white woman, but you hate white people. Two words, ma'am. Even if you didn't come from a white woman, looking at your features, DNA test, guarantee you're at least 50 to 60% European. Look at her skin. I mean, most people in Africa just don't have pale skin like that. They just don't. And it's a strange disease to see that most of these black folks or biracial folks that look like this are oftentimes the ones that are most Afrocentric when they're the ones with the least amount of African blood. I mean, let's just be honest. But you're calling her a coon and you're talking hate about all these white people. And it's like, what about your white mammy that laid down, with the black man? Do you love your white mammy like you love your black daddy? Because it doesn't make sense. White moms deserve love too. And I don't mean anything about mammy. I'm just being funny because these are the same ones that try to be Afrocentric. And it's like, you're not even as black as the rest of black people. You're biracial, ma'am. You could show past for biracial. She looks like a beautiful biracial butterfly to be. So it's like, what's wrong with white people when that's what made you? Look how pale this girl is. Baby, where is the melanin? Where is the melanin? I tell no lie. There's no melanin in her skin. She's almost pale and she's still beautiful the way she is. All people are beautiful. But it's like, why do you hate white people when you have more white DNA than you do black? Or you have or you probably have the same amount. You're probably like 50-50. She looks legit biracial. And it's like, I just don't understand these black folks that hate white folks so much when they came from white people, like Malcolm X, like the actor that was on the BET Awards a couple years ago during the George Floyd situation, spewing all these hate at white people. Meantime, his whole white mom was sitting right by him at the awards. All the black folks are standing up, and I'm like, sir, you're half white yourself, but yet you're spewing hate at white people. And that's what I feel about this beautiful biracial butterfly that has no melanin in her skin, her loose, coarse curls, European features, her thin lips, but get up here spewing hate about white people when she came from them. And you're not even as black as the rest of us, but yet you can talk for the rest of us. The bottom line is God is love. Why are you hating white people? Why can't Nicki decide to be a conservative? Why can't Nicki decide that she wants to be a Trump supporter? Why do you have to tell a black woman how to think? How do you speak for everybody when you yourself are not even fully black? You come from a white mom, but yet you spew all this hate toward your own people, white people. It's a strange disease with these biracial people like her. It's just very strange. And black folks that are very white adjacent in features that hate white people, when it's like, obviously you're part white yourself. It's like, dude, are you serious? It's just so strange disease. It's very strange. But let's get into it.
Rich, wealthy white crowds like Nicki Minaj, 50 Cent. It's over.
So you name the people are focused on their freedom.
These people are multimillionaires at the same 50 Cent, multimillionaire, Nicki Minaj. To me, it's like, when you really come in to serving God, you don't mind losing fans, losing money. She's a multimillionaire. And although you guys are saying whether she's doing it for a check or doing it for a part, it doesn't matter. Like I said, God can use anything for his good. And I truly believe she's growing closer to Christ. I truly believe she's having a change of heart. I can care less if her intentions is to partner, husband, or anything like that. Because let he without sin cast the first stone. You guys are all calling him a rapist or pedophile or this and that and all that. And yes, protect the children. I don't know the whole situation and if that's true or not, but I do know that no matter if people were a rapist or a pimp or a killer or a fornicator like many of you, or a whore like many of you, 304s like many of you, or idolatry worshipers like many of you who worship Beyonce and Jay-Z and P. Diddy, some of these same people that have slept with minors, Jesus saves. He came for the righteous. It's not like people can't change, is what I'm saying. Those people aren't even changing. You don't see Jay-Z changing, and he's got allegations against him. You don't see, Diddy has a lot of allegations against him. You was rocking hard with these people, and then the moment stuff goes out, y'all wanna basically tear somebody down to the ground, but will let he without sin cast the first stone. Even if they were the worst, a pedophile, a child rapist, or tried to rape somebody, because I heard allegations that it was a try. If that is true, it's not like people can't change. It's not like you guys don't have sin. We all have sin. It's not like if that is true, she can't still be a Trump supporter and stand up for Christians in Nigeria, black folks at the same time, as well as white folks, as well as all folks, as well as Christians, as well as just being a conservative, as well as have Christian values. It's not like she can't change. She can't go from a radical lefty LGBT plus affirming to saying, no, boys need to be boys, girls need to be girls. I'm giving my life to Christ. I don't care what y'all think anymore. It's more about my soul. It's more about pleasing God. She has the right to do that. She's human. You can't tell her how to think and then damn all white people because they're white when you're darn near half white yourself, young lady. I mean, a beautiful biracial butterfly. How would your white mom feel about that? It's always these types that try to tell us how to be black and they're not even fully black themselves. It's like, ma'am, how does your white mom feel about you hating white people? God is love. Get over it. It's a strange disease. Let's just go to the next clip. And this is from a righteous perspective. I love his channel. You know, I'm a black conservative, so I rock with April Chapman, Righteous Perspective, Officer Tantum. It's another guy like, oh my gosh, there's so many of them. I'll put them in the comment section. You know, I rock with all the black conservatives on YouTube. But let's go to the next video. I think I have to change my shared screen. Yeah. Got to change my shared screen, so let's just do it. What happened? We have a few. Okay, and then these black girls are they finna get on my nerves. Let me go back to the video. Hold up, y'all. Let me find the video I want to play next. It's not that one. Not to just play the ones, but I want to find this video first. So next, what the heck? Okay. So I found the video. Let me share it, and then we can react to it. I'm sorry this ain't perfect. I don't because I wanted to go live, so I couldn't edit this. So let's see. Replace screen sharing with. Let's see if it's this one. No, not that one. This one. Here we go. You don't like this one.
Nicki Minaj. All her fans right now. Nicki Minaj. Yeah, building her fan base just to lose it all in 1 week. I don't know who Nicki, a bad bag of pink dope. Her goddamn shit, cause she
are hilarious. These black lefties are crazy, and of course I don't agree with them.
Let me tell
you something.
Nicki Minaj losing all her fans right now. Spent 21 years building her fan base just to lose it all in 1 week. I don't know who sold Nicki a bad bag of pink dope, but they done laced her goddamn shit, cause she is mentally gone. She gagging on her barbs right now. They pulling they pink wigs out and they punching the goddamn out right now. Out of nowhere, Nicki Minaj had transformed into MAGA Minaj. She is now Trump's biggest cheerleader. Check this shit out.
Our president shows that. He's been through every single thing up through publicly. Having to constantly be lied on. It's not really that funny. Until you are in that person's shoes that's being lied on, you'll never understand what it feels like. That person is a human being. They have a family who has to read those lies. And that's not, and it's just not fair. But This administration is full of people with heart and soul, and they make me proud of them. Our vice president, he makes me, well, I love both of them, but they're both powerful men, smart, strong, all of that, but both of them have a very uncanny ability to be someone that you relate to. I can relate to them. When I hear them speak, I know that they're one of us.
Well, while she was doped up on that pink Coca-Cola speaking for Charlie Kirk, while he was alive, he was speaking against Nicki, and she was too high to see it. Check this shit out.
Nicki Minaj, Cardi B.
Okay, Nicki Minaj is causing dads to leave the home.
Hold on a second. I don't think that's a good role model for 18-year-old black girls. I don't think that songs that are talking about glorifying wet female genitalia is exactly, I don't know which one wrote that song. Which one was it?
I think it was Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But by the way, the role models of the 1940s and 50s for black America were completely different.
So it is a representation issue.
Hold on a second. No, not representation. It's who do you get your art from?
Now y'all just heard what Charlie MLK Kirk just said. She done turned into the goddamn female Kanye West, and her fans ain't with that shit. Them Republicans ain't gonna be able to save her career after this. Maybe she trying to get her pedo husband a presidential pardon cause he almost got her to goddamn lose her goddamn house by that little case he got going on. Maybe it's her bills. Y'all know them celebrity bills. That shit hit different when they got to pay every goddamn month. Nicki Minaj bill probably every bit of $200,000 a month, and she ain't been doing no shows, so she probably over there at the goddamn Trump rally trying to get her a little donation. Cause you got to remember, she is the breadwinner in her goddamn house. That man don't work. All he do is sit home, play video games all day, and be outside at the goddamn school like R. Kelly in the goddamn gray van. Maybe Trump done cut her a life-changing check that made her quit rap. I don't know what it is, but whatever Nicki got going on, she better have an Albert Einstein goddamn plan, cause it ain't looking too good. How in the hell Nicki out here claiming to be speaking for kids when she married to a goddamn pedo? Even D.L. Hughley said that. Check this shit out.
I mean, I can't tell people what to post or what to say. But Nicki Minaj damn sure needs to stay away from anything about kids, trans or otherwise.
Okay. So I think I missed the part where he was like, she got boys taking off their pink wigs and being boys again, where he said that. And I'm like, is that such a bad thing? If she want to go and speak for Trump and speak at Tulsa and speak at Turning Point USA and speak at the White House and be the new face of black conservatism for Trump and collect a check, by all means collect a check, honey. At least she collecting a check from a billionaire if she is collecting a check. If y'all want to say that's why she doing it, at least she getting her money from somebody that's paying her. Some of y'all twerking for somebody that don't even pay child support, but yeah, you keep having a baby with him every 9 months. Did this man sitting up here in this bathrobe and this and the man is hilarious, I can't lie. I don't agree with the stuff he's saying. Whether some of it might be the alleged allegations against her husband, I don't know if that's true or not. I'm hearing that she's saying there's a lot of speculations or rumors. This man is hilarious, but I don't agree with a lot of the stuff he's saying, and some of it I just don't know. As far as those allegations, I don't know if they're true or not. Nobody really knows but that person, those two people, and God. But what I will say is, this black people be doing the absolute most. Like I said, if she want to collect a check, if she want to be a Trump supporter, if she want to be a conservative now, by all means collect a check, Nicki. By all means be a Trump supporter. By all means give your life to Christ. Leave Hollywood. Save yourself from hell. Leave Jay-Z and Beyonce and them alone. You don't need their money. For what profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? Black people be doing the absolute most. This man all up in this robe and talking about, ooh, this man is hilarious, but It just seemed like a bunch of, it's just like we're not allowed, black women and black men are not allowed to be conservatives. We're not allowed to change our mind. We're not allowed to go against the grain. We're not allowed to construct our own thesis, our own idea. We can't think for ourselves. If we don't go with the majority, they're gonna call us all types of coons and kiss ups and tapping for the massa and bending over and doing tricks for the massa. Some of y'all bending over doing tricks for $20 and $2. At least if you want to say that's what she doing, at least she must be getting a big hefty check because the man is a billionaire. I work for him for a check. And without selling my integrity, if that aligns with her beliefs and she's changed her mind, how is she cooning? How is she being fake? People grow. She's a mother now. She's getting closer to Christ. She's leaving liberal values. I would suggest leaving the world. She's realizing that boys should be boys, that God didn't make a mistake. So what is wrong, sir, all on the internet in his bathrobe and his fake king chair, doing all this gossiping that a female should do, even though he is hilarious? What is wrong with boys being boys? I like to argue what is wrong with boys being boys and girls being girls. It's, you find something wrong with it because she was a champion for what y'all call the LGBT community. But people are allowed to change. People get saved. People get delivered. People wake up and realize Jesus is coming back and I don't want to go to hell. And it doesn't mean they have to stay the way they were. Just like Christians backslide and decide that they want to leave Christ. People have a right to do whatever they want to do. And you don't get to just put them in a box because that's where they started out. If she wants to be a Trump supporter, she want to collect a check. If she's even getting a check, if she wants to be a conservative, she has the right to do that, regardless of whatever the reasons are. If she wants to say she's champion for Christians in Nigeria, she's champion for Christians around the world. She's saying people should be able to worship how they feel without being killed for it, without being persecuted for it. What is wrong with that? Y'all black people don't care about the black folks in Africa. What is wrong with you? I find like a lot of y'all are just insane, and it's insanely crazy. But to witness this is just like, what is wrong? Where he talking about she making these boys take off their pink hair and be a whole man. Oh no, not a man being what God created them to be, because he said Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Oh no, not a man realizing that God said for a man to lie with another man is an abomination. And we don't know how far Nicki is on her journey, as far as if she is just against what they call trans or if she's still gay affirming. But I do feel like God is doing something. I feel like this is the beginning. So real Christians continue to pray for her, and he will continue to save and deliver from demons, from spirits, whatever she's had in the past. I feel like this is the beginning of her getting saved. Rome wasn't built in a day, and I don't see nothing wrong with it. Claps. I'm in love with it. All right, so let's go to the next video, and I want to come back out of this one. Click out. Click out. All right. What the heck? Okay, the one I was trying to do. I don't think I want to do that one yet. I want to do this. Yeah, here go one. Here go one I want to do. Bam. With that being said, let's hop right into this next video. You're rolling, and I am. This next one is going to be a queer young man and another queer young man talking about a queer young man sharing another queer young man feelings about leaving the Nicki Minaj fan camp. Okay, so let's get into it. Give me a few moments with a few technical difficulties. Gotta share that. Give me a minute. All right, so let's just hop into it. How can we do this? That's too small. Why did it put me on that side? I'd rather be on this side. Why did it do that like that? That's crazy. Why did you do that? Let's see if it. There we go. I like to be on this side. All right, let's play it. X out of you.
Nicki Minaj, you have officially crossed the line. I am a longtime Barb, so before any of the Barbs try to come at me and say that I'm a hater of Nicki, I don't like Nicki, I'm literally wearing the merch I got from going from her tour twice. Also a signed CD up there. Now, the only reason why I'm addressing this is because I had a few comments, and also I'm very much so a proud Barb. As of the past year, it has been so hard to continue my support to Nicki Minaj because of the way she's supporting the current administration right now. I have saw past, her husband, and I have never condoned that, and I never really liked him. I never supported that at all, and I was just like, you know what, it is what it is. It's something I'm willing to look past. I'm not saying it's a good thing to look past at all. However, I was a hardcore Barb. I still am a hardcore Barb. I love Nicki down.
But y'all see how much backlash Nicki Minaj receives every single day, her just being married to someone who's allegedly supposed to be I don't know if I can say it on here. But y'all see how people will still ignore that and just still continue to ride for somebody because they genuinely like them, they genuinely love them. So it just goes to show, man, like her affiliating herself with Donald Trump and his people is really making a lot of queer fans of hers feel a way about it. And I see exactly where they're coming from. Let's keep watching.
Her music has helped me so much throughout my teenage coming out era, and just like everything. She's helped me so much through her music, and she has empowered me and makes me feel empowered. So to see her support this administration that goes against everything that I am is so...
That's a false sense of empowerment. It's demonic. It was demons were empowering him. He probably was molested. He probably was raped, whether he watched porn, however that spirit of homosexuality or lust got there. Because I was molested, it later developed lust in me. I later started watching stuff that I shouldn't have watched. I even participated in watching gay porn at times when I was younger. And I even considered joining that group because it felt like it was so much a sense of community and love. And I was always a reject. But of course, God woke me up. He had mercy on me. I got saved. I got delivered. He delivered me. And I ain't perfect, but I am saved and I am living holy. And he did save me from somebody that could have been in that lifestyle. And I'm very grateful. Although I was never same-sex attracted, I did have a lot of lust, very sexual, very lustful, very sexy, especially in my younger years. You can't tell now. Praise God, I've been delivered. But I will say that this sense of empowerment he's talking about is coming from, like, oftentimes Satan will use you being molested or raped, something that was hurt, to like inspire you to be this very free sexual being, just very sexual for women, and then for men probably very like flamboyant, very gay, like you can see with the eyeshadow, he probably wears wigs, very loud and proud in your sin. And it's a false sense of placement. It's a false sense of, oh, I've arrived, I found myself, I found my community. It's a false sense of identity because it's not found in Christ. And it's often driven through hurt and rejection and confusion, and then it leads you into this promiscuous lifestyle, to say the least. And so that wasn't what he thought it was. That was Nicki allowing demons to lead her, to lead so many others away from Christ. But praise be to God, I feel like God is saving her right now, regardless of if her husband is or isn't somebody who tried to rape or was a pedophile. Jesus saves. At the end of the day, Jesus came for pedophiles too, just like he came for each one of you guys that are fornicators, you do masturbation, y'all be killing babies left and right, black women having abortions, y'all are killers too. You tell me which sin is greater. Yes, God cares about the children. He said whoever hurt them, it'll be better for you to be thrown into the sea. But if they repent, he will also love and forgive them. So you can't just cast people out that have tried to rape, that have raped, that have been, because they can change, because Jesus saves and he changed, and sin is still sin. And what I often find strange is that I see sinners on the internet bashing somebody else because they were supposedly tried to rape somebody or a pedophile. Or when I looked at it, what they said was he tried to. It wasn't even like a for sure thing. But you guys are coming and spin it all this way, and you don't even know if the facts are straight. And I just feel like it's crazy for a group of sinners to judge another sinner when sin is sin at the end of the day. Sin is sin. And y'all favorite artists done had affairs with children. They children looking like adults. I ain't gonna bring up no names. They done had allegations against him. Y'all wrong. So you know what I'm saying? It's not like people can't change if the young man did that. If he tried to, people grow up, people change. And my thing is, God saves and God is forgiving. So how can one sinner sit there and just bash somebody else? Oh, because you tried to do this, you did that. And it's like, look at the whole list of sins you got against you. So how you casting stones? But that's what y'all do. Y'all get on here and play holier than thou. Y'all try to play God and try to act like somebody worse than. And it's like all y'all a hot mess. We all a hot mess. I'm saved and I'm a hot mess. He said, my righteousness is filthy rags. He even said, if the righteous shall scarcely be saved, and I'm gonna be saved, where shall the sinner be found? But y'all be casting stones. When it comes to celebrities and them airing out they dirt, y'all holier than thou. Y'all can judge somebody. Now y'all supposed to be the most high, and now y'all can cast people down because you living so right. You living so holy. You gonna cast her down because she supposed to be with a pedophile or a child rapist when you probably with somebody else's husband every night. You screwing somebody's husband or wife every night. You sleeping with different men, different married men and married women every night. You sleeping with your husband's daddy. You sleeping with, you know what I'm saying? Y'all be doing wild, crazy stuff in these day and time. Y'all, it's a whorish generation, but y'all want to be the first ones to judge somebody. And for me, as somebody trying to live right and born again, to see other sinners that ain't even living right or trying to bash another somebody because of this, that, and who they choose to fall in love with or whatever, if that is the case or not, when y'all doing worse than that, your stuff just ain't aired out, is crazy to me. It's crazy. And I don't even know if that's the facts, because y'all take facts and spin it. Because we're not allowed to come off the plantation. We're not allowed to be conservatives. We're not allowed to vote for Trump because he's a racist, but he gave more to HBCUs than anybody did. And the only reason why Kamala did, because Obama didn't, was to outdo him. Because Obama sure wasn't given to HBCUs. That was MAGA that be given to HBCUs. You know, the same people y'all hate so much. That's them paying all these food stamps and all this stuff for black urban youth and brown urban youth, you know, the ones that y'all say they hate so much. It doesn't make sense. But yeah, let's go to the next video. Let's go to the and I don't know why they hate Trump so much. I love Trump. Trump loves black people. I don't know if he don't like anybody else, but I know for sure he love black people because he always looking out for black people despite what y'all say. That's why he turned Chicago around. That's why he turned Memphis around, and now they can walk out. It was like we can walk on the streets, and we wasn't able to do that before in Chicago and Memphis and Washington. In these black neighborhoods where black on black crime was crazy. Well, it was blacks killing blacks, not the white cops, not the orange man. The orange man went in there cleaning the streets so that little black children couldn't just get shot by just walking outside to the playground. The orange man did that. Remember that? The orange man was giving the HBCUs. Remember that? The orange man was trying to look out for black jobs. Remember that? The orange man is looking out for all Americans, whether black, white, brown, whatever beige in between. He's looking out for Americans first. Instead of giving illegal immigrants $5,000 in food stamps, instead of paying all this stuff for illegal immigrants, that you got veterans outside that were homeless. I was one of them. Even though I got kicked out, I don't feel like I should have been, but it happened. But anyway, let's get into some more videos because I just don't understand. Did I finish this?
Disheartening. More so making this video because, again, I'm very much so a barb, and on my online presence, I'm not afraid to tell people that I am and show it, like in my backgrounds or if I'm wearing a Nicki shirt as I'm getting ready. That's why I feel like I need to address it, because I do get comments of people asking me, why do I have Nicki up, or why do I have this, or why do I do that when it comes to Nicki Minaj. And this is me addressing it finally, and I've kept it kind of to myself for the longest time. Have not wanted to do this with Nicki Minaj, but I have to separate the art from the artist, and it sucks. It sucks. It's of what she tweets and all the things that happened this past year. And when I go on to like check in, and like maybe she said like, oh, this was all a joke, or maybe like this is all this and that, it just gets worse. And I feel like she's digging herself in a bigger hole every time situation this past year, and enough is enough. And I'm not saying that I'm not ever going to listen to Nicki.
So people have the right to change, like, or people have the right to be whoever they choose to be, although you have to answer to God for, but we have the right to serve God. If you choose not to serve God, that's your right. You got to answer to God for that. Nicki Minaj has the right to support Trump, and people have to respect that. She has the right to go from gay affirming to saying, no, I believe in God's word. I'm trying to get closer to God. Boys should be boys and girls should be girls, and there should not be any in between. She has the right to change, to get saved, to get delivered, and make that known, and to stand up for Christians. She has that right. And if, you know, that means losing her fan base, losing the world to gain her soul, to hear, well done, thou good and faithful servant, to get in the process of that, Praise be to God. It doesn't matter about your past, what you used to do. The word of God says, and such were some of you. You were fornicators, you in orgies, you were gay, you were this, you were killers. Look at Saul. Look at Mary Magdalene. She had several demons. No telling what them demons were. He said, so it's not about the past or what people look like and all this stuff. We can't all look boring and some people talking about because she got on makeup, because she got on wigs, because first of all, it's a process. Give it time, and it's not a crime. It's not a sin to wear makeup or wigs. That's a choice. So modesty is a thing, but it's a process. So yeah, I don't. It is what it is. It is what it is. Her salvation is worth more than that. But she has the right to be a Trump supporter too. And maybe she's just a Trump supporter. Maybe she's not going to be. I'm not even going to say that because I want her to get saved. I've had all these dreams and I feel like God wants to save her. And I've had those dreams so that so that I can pray for her. So I feel like that's what's happening. All right. So let's just go to the next one. That's what we're going to do. We got 3 more. So if you hanging with me, hang with me. If you watching the replay, let's do it, baby. Let's do. Let's do it. All right, hold on. Let's skip this ad.
The list just goes on. Then she made the fatal mistake.
Wait, rewind.
So Nicki knows exactly
what do you feel?
Say is an interesting game.
She wants a pardon for her husband, or she's trying to clean up.
Let's go to that one now. We'll go to that one last. Which one did I want to play? Oh, actually, I think it was this one. Give me a moment, y'all, if y'all can hear me. I don't know.
America tries to downplay the beauty of people of color, including black girls, in comparison to the white majority. And minorities in America have been trying to come against those beauty standards for decades and trying to make a point that you don't have to have fair skin, blonde hair, and
this in the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, absolutely. But in 2025, black people be mean as hell. Black people be mean as hell and straight. A lot of these, especially y'all lefties, y'all be straight racist. Y'all be talking mad crap about white women and they bleach blonde skin, just like Jasmine Crockett, and they bleach blonde butched body. That's what y'all said. Y'all be like, oh, they ain't got no melanin. Take your white dried out self back to England, outer space. Y'all be mad racist. And you be like, I know I even heard one song on TikTok just to add to a short. And a black girl was talking to a white woman and she was like, look at me, look at you, look at me. Look at you. And she was like, what's a dwarf to a queen? Or like, she just because the lady was white. And I was like, what the heck? Black people are so racist. Not all of them, but especially a lot of y'all lefties. Y'all are indoctrinated with hate from hell. It's the same thing with the KKK. It's a spirit. But I was saying, like I said, in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, maybe even 60s, 70s, yes. But in 2025, the thing is to be melanated. We praise being melanated. That's why y'all gave that Sweeney Todd commercial, whatever it was, such a hard time, because how dare a white person just admire looking pretty or being beautiful or saying they have good genes, not because they're white or blonde hair, but because they just think they're beautiful. It's not about being superior. It's just that, oh, look, I'm pretty people of all. That's good genes. If you're beautiful, that's what I like to believe, that's what that meant. And I feel like y'all took it and made it something it wasn't. I think good genes, in their opinion, was just being beautiful. I'm beautiful. It had nothing to do with I'm beautiful because my hair is blonde and you're not, because your hair is black, or because it's an afro, or because I'm white and you're black. It had nothing to do with that. It was just pretty people saying, oh, look, I'm pretty. And that's okay for pretty people of diverse ethnicities to acknowledge the fact that they're beautiful the way God made them. Why do you guys have to make it something ugly? So I feel like that's a lie, because I feel like we are the praised ones. The melanated queens are the praised ones in 2025. The melanin is popping, Uger. I mean, I walked up. I was walking up my street today in Plano, through the little shops, and the white guy was like, "Yes, queen," or something. He wasn't even gay. He was like, "How you doing, queen?" So it's like our culture makes culture. We set trend, and it's popular to be trending, and people that's not even melanated love our melanin. And to sit up there and act like they all trying to push this, oh no, only white and blonde and blue eyes is beautiful, it's a whole lie from hell. It's a load of crap, because a lot of times y'all be the racist ones. Y'all be making fun of people for not being melanated. Y'all say that they're less. I've heard people say that white people came from crawling on all fours, and what difference is that than the KKK back in the day saying some stuff about us like we monkeys or animals? It's the same spirit. So I don't feel like what she's saying is true, because we are the trendsetters, and we are praised in culture. It's praised to be melanated these days. And it's like y'all put down people that are pale or light or something. You say that that's a bad thing, or you automatically make it seem like they're racist just because God gave them white skin instead of black skin or blonde hair, blue eyes. So I feel like the opposite is happening now. I feel like black people are trolling whites these days. Maybe not all, but I feel like a lot of it is happening.
And blue eyes to be considered beautiful. And let's be real, it is a very sensitive topic, and people do not take this lightly. And a better example of that is Sydney Sweeney. Y'all remember in July when American Eagle came out with their commercial, and they had Sydney Sweeney in a pair of their jeans, and the slogan was Sydney Sweeney has good jeans. But it didn't hit the way they thought it would hit, because Sydney Sweeney has the blonde hair, blue eyes, fair skin, which again is the push beauty standard in America. And when I tell you American Eagle and Sydney Sweeney have been fighting for their lives ever since that commercial, people came down on her, especially left and right. So when Nicki Minaj was on Turning Point, she started talking about black girls and white girls. Take a listen.
We're not being represented and not being admired for our beauty. If we felt like that as black women, why would we want to do that to other women? Why would we now need to make other people downplay their beauty so that we can feel, no, that's not how it works. I don't need someone with blonde hair and blue eyes to downplay their beauty because I know my beauty. Do you understand? It doesn't bother me that a woman feels and says that she's beautiful. Why shouldn't she feel that? Why have we gotten to a point where certain colors or certain kinds of people have to be afraid of loving themselves and loving the way they look? Like, isn't that wild?
Now that already sparked a debate, but then JD Vance jumped in and doubled down on what Nicki Minaj had to say. He tweeted, Nicki Minaj said something at AmFest that was really profound. I'm paraphrasing, but she said, just because I want little black girls to think they're beautiful doesn't mean I need to put down little white girls with blonde hair and blue eyes. We all got wrapped up over the last few years in zero-sum thinking. This was because the people who think they rule the world pit us against one another. Nicki Minaj rejects all that. We all should. So now Nicki's quote is being used to push a whole political agenda, and her fans, baby, they are done with her. Now don't get me wrong, she's gonna have her loyal fans because she is a celebrity, but she lost a lot of.
Girl, let them be done. Out with the old, in with the new. Out with those that are professing darkness and what do you call that? Trans. What's that word? I'm not saying trans. I'm saying what's that word? Projecting hate and bullying, and you have to think a certain way. And she doesn't want to be anymore. She wants to be a Christian conservative. She's trying to get closer to Christ, and she should be able to do that. So out with the old, in with the new, out with the demons, in with the righteous, out with the sin, in with the righteous. Let's her complete transformation, being filled with the Holy Spirit and God leading her into a lifestyle of holiness, the straight and narrow, which few do find. Now, I found it interesting that woman mentioned the what was it? The Sydney Todd commercial about, how all the black girls, and y'all know how y'all got so much in an uproar that this white lady put on these blue jeans because she had white skin, blonde hair, and blue eyes. But yeah, you're not mad at Beyonce. You're queen, right? I mean, over these last 20 years, her nose got way slimmer. She looked like a whole white woman. She about 10 shades lighter than when she first came out. All she ever rock is blonde hair, but she supposed to y'all act like she's so Afrocentric. She was doing that whole shirt talking about F Native Americans, and she had the Buffalo Soldier thing on. And I understand the history with the Buffalo Soldiers and Native Americans and how everybody owned us. However, for you to act like you so Afrocentric, but you never wear your natural hair is wild to me. Yeah, she showed a video where they straighten her long, thin blonde hair, but you never rock yourself in your natural appearance. Like I said, her nose is slimmer. Her skin is lighter, 10 shades lighter than it was when she first came out. She always wearing long blonde hair. She looked like a whole white woman. Y'all don't have a problem with Beyonce. And as a matter of fact, she came back and did the commercial and did a photo shoot with these same people. Y'all ain't have a problem with it because that's your queen. That's your queen. But you got a problem with the white woman. But you got a whole woman that y'all consider to be an ambassador for blackness that's not even what she claims to be. She looks more and more white each year that goes by. And while some black people naturally get lighter, I understand you got different genes in the blood, different ethnicities. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not a hater. But all I'm going to say is be so for real, because y'all hate the white woman for being a white woman, but you love Beyonce, who looked like a whole white woman. And you can't tell me some bleaching, some nose jobs weren't done. She always rocking white woman's hair, but yet you hate the white. Be so. And then the main people doing these videos talking about Nicki Minaj and her projecting this white standard beauty, I guarantee you got on a wig yourself. I guarantee you rock wigs, you rock blonde wigs, whether you brown, white, dark, whatever. Y'all do the same thing. You so much hate these white people and say they telling you that you're not beautiful, but you don't rock your natural hair. You wear your blonde wigs, you wear fake hair, you don't wear your own hair. You get nose jobs like Glorilla, even Brandy. You get all these nose jobs to make your nose European looking instead of the African nose that God gave you. You bleach your skin. You put on white woman's hair and Arabian hair and Spanish hair, whatever hair that ain't black every day. But you got a problem with the white woman because she got blonde hair and blue eyes, yet you got on contacts, her blonde wigs and everything else. You trying to look like her, but you got a problem for her being naturally her. Make it make sense. And then you idolize celebrities that look like her. Beyonce don't look like Lauryn Hill. Each year that go by, she look more and more like a white woman, but y'all idolize her and y'all say that she's Afrocentric and she's dope when obviously some stuff is going on. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. And I feel like it's very hypocritical, y'all. Y'all ain't got a problem with me. She looked 10 shades whiter. I think she bleached herself like 1-2 years ago where she just came out straight white woman. Like her skin got too light. I don't think it's natural. Michael Jackson white. And y'all don't have a problem with it, but you got a problem with Nicki Minaj. And what she said about natural woman that God made them. But y'all wearing blonde wigs every day. You probably wearing contacts. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have a problem. Lil' Kim came out wearing blonde wigs. You didn't have a problem with it. You didn't have a problem with it wearing blonde wigs, looking like the white woman. Y'all thought it was cute. I think it's cute too. But all I'm going to say is if you think that's cute, then don't project hate on the white woman for being naturally her when you're trying to look like her too by putting on the same blonde wigs, by doing the same thing as the main people doing these videos. Y'all got wigs and weaves on. You probably got a nose job. So it makes sense. If you're going to be so Afrocentric, then rock your 4C hair. Stop bleaching your skin. Stop getting nose jobs. Stop getting anything fake. Be natural you. And why don't you uplift black women with wide nose and dark skin and nappy hair instead of your Beyonces? Since you want to give Nicki Minaj a problem for being light skinned and beautiful, why you not giving the same energy to Beyonce? No, because you won't, because she's a lefty. She preaches all this black stuff that she don't even believe because she never even wears her real hair in its natural state. She always got a white woman's wig on. But you don't have a problem with that because she's a lefty. Make it make sense. You do your boots on the dance because she out there. You know, I could go deeper. I'm done. You know, you praise it. You praise her having her child out there instead of letting the child be a child and doing these, you know, I'm going to leave it alone. And her child is beautiful. I had a dream about the child where God wanted to save her. He didn't want her to go to the same way she's going now, leading her mom's footsteps. I had a dream about her. But we got to pray. Beyonce's made her choice. I do pray that her children choose Christ, but they got a choice. I ain't saying that, I don't know. I feel like Beyonce's gone, but I feel like we should pray for her kids. Y'all say it ain't too late for nobody, but when you so wicked in a certain way, I feel like people reach a certain point where it's like no return. Not everybody, but certain ones, especially in the entertainment field, where they be disrespecting God and blocking. They got a whole church worshiping Beyonce. It just don't make sense. All right, let me go to another one. Which one was I just on? Okay. Let me go to this one. This is the last one, and we're gonna wrap it. This was not supposed to be this long. Oh, this was not supposed to be this long at all. Okay, share the screen. Okay, let me share the screen. This is what a lot of Black women talking about. Are you okay? Is you okay, girl? What's wrong with you? And all this crap. Oh, blah, 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 blah.
On social media, but I intentionally skipped it because I honestly wasn't even going to do this video, but my subscriber, my girl, Saf, requested it. So girl, here you go. I was going to just ignore Nicki Minaj because at this point, when you see someone like crashing out, saying things that are just incoherent and trying to sound profound when they're not, why would I even waste my time to listen to it? But Nicki Minaj, is you cool? Is you cool? Because
Nicki Minaj, is you cool? Is you cool? Trying to fake a Black American accent. Trying to sound poised when she's, let me tell you something. Nicki Minaj might be Nicki Minaj. And let me tell you something, one thing about them New Yorkers. It's not hard for them to sound sharp. She already is from New York. They automatically already talk proper. She's very poised, very classy. She can very switch that switch on and be very analytical, very what's the word, grammatically correct, very intelligent, speak very well, speak very classy, very posed, very well spoken and put together. Honey, she did that. She did all of that. And that is all absolutely New York. One thing about New York is they can be very ratchet, but at the same time, because of where they're from, they can talk proper when they need to. And if you're and I feel like she was raised right at the end of the day too. It depends on how you raise, and I feel like that helps. But being from New York, you automatically talk proper, and if you're raised right, you automatically should have a sense of, you can turn that on. It is New England after it is still New England. So now, baby, Nicki snatched that. So I don't know who this chick from the UK is trying to go in on her and trying to go in with a fake Black American accent talking about, is you okay? Is you okay? Because you don't even know how to talk. You know what I'm saying? But listen, I wish I could talk as well as Nicki does. My mother spoke very well. She's originally from Boston. She's still from the New England area. And she taught me, and I know how to turn it on and turn it off, but I can't sound as proper and classy and intelligent, and just, she speaks very well. Nicki speaks very well. I think we have to admit that. So I don't know where she's going with the, she was trying, and no, she wasn't trying. She did that. Whether it was for a check or not, baby, she did that. If you're going to do it for a check, I say that's the way to do it. At least she not bending over twerking a horn like some of y'all. So let's finish it. Maybe she used to be, but people can change. And one thing about it, baby, she already got millions in her account. But the Bible says, what profits a man to gain the world and lose his soul? Whether she's getting money, getting it for a check, losing money, the only thing that matters is giving your life to Christ. And if that means losing your fan base, losing the world to come into your Christ-like identity, then that's what's got to happen. You got to be bold and courageous like Joshua. All right, let's get into it.
I actually want to quote her. Hang it up, flat screen. Because you ain't talking about nothing. Like, this was actually so embarrassing.
She said, I actually want to club her. Hang it up, flat screen. It's just a lot of mimicking Black American culture. And I'm usually cool with that, except when you wrong. Like, you can, I would love to see her clock Nicki, because I'm pretty sure Nicki would go upside your head. You're not even about that life. You're not even in our culture. You posing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I wouldn't have a problem with that in any other circumstances when it's just cool, we chilling. But when you trying to comfort somebody and you're not even being your genuine self, you know what I'm saying? You are what's that word? It's a word for it. It's trying to, what is that word? Mimic Black Americans when that's not even that. All these things she's doing is Black American woman. It's not UK woman. They got a whole different persona. Like, their energy is totally different. I feel like we need to clock your tea. Like, stop the act, stop the cap. Unless she want to change her mind, she can do that. Don't try to act like you a gangster and about that life, because you're not.
To bear witness to this. Like, I saw things on social media, but actually skipped it because Nicki ain't saying anything that I want to listen to. Like, I know I was going to come out of this situation irritated and just like, WTF, and having watched it, I came out exactly how I thought I was going to come out. I think maybe a better quote would be "They're Not Like Us" by Kendrick Lamar, because Nicki ain't like us, and Nicki needs to go,
She ain't even like us. You ain't even like us. What do you mean? And us, I'm saved and sanctified, so I'm not even like the main coach. But let's finish.
Where in the bin? Because she just came up on that platform, dancing, tap dancing for these people. It was embarrassing. For what payoff, I don't know, but it's not going to be anything that's really going to be substantive. Because for me, her doing this interview or sit down at this convention, the Turning Point USA America Fest, again, the way I'm so not in that realm, I didn't even know this was going on. I don't care. But she brought her, her attendance to this situation. And it's like, girl, there's other things you could be doing rather than doing that. But she now finds herself feeling that her opinion on politics is something that needs to be spread to the world. Wow. And that we would benefit from hearing those opinions.
Wow. Oh, child, look at that face right there, child. Oh, child. Okay. But that just wasn't a good face to pause it on. Like, I would look ugly doing that too. Like, not even gonna cap. I would look ugly doing it too. But all I'm saying is, that's the part I have a problem with. The fact that you want to say that she can't go on TV and use her platform to express her beliefs the same way Cardi went on TV and used her platform to express her beliefs and her support for Kamala and for the left. The same way Beyonce went on there and used her platform and her celebrity to go on TV and support Kamala and the left. Y'all didn't have a problem with it, but because Nicki chooses to leave mainstream agenda or the Black Plantation or the Democratic Party or the left and the liberals and y'all whole little what we must be as Black women, it's a problem. If you're going to think outside the box, if you're going to be a conservative, you're going to be a Trump supporter, just be quiet. She can't be a celebrity. She can't use her platform to say her beliefs if it doesn't line up with your beliefs. That's the problem. I don't agree with Beyonce and Nicki Minaj political beliefs in Kamala or the left or homosexuality. I didn't even believe in it when Nicki believed in it. But I can't stop them from saying what they have to say and from being on camera and representing who they want to represent with their celebrity, because that's their right. It's a free country. But the moment a Black woman chooses to be a conservative or a Trump supporter, it is the greatest sin in these dumb liberals' book, Black, white, and everything. All these crazy, it's the greatest sin to be a Republican, conservative, Christian aligning Black woman or Black man. It's the greatest sin. They will persecute you to the fullest. You have did the ultimate sin by aligning yourself with the orange man, conservative Christian values. Be quiet about the Christians. Be quiet about the Christians in Nigeria. Although I'm pretty sure you're Nigerian yourself. There's a vast population of Nigerians in the UK, and I wouldn't be surprised if this idiot is probably denying her own people's suffering in Nigeria, the very thing that Nicki Minaj is trying to stand up for. Christians, Nigerians, Black people in Nigeria being persecuted. But you don't have nothing to say about that. You want her to be quiet. She fighting for your people. She's fighting for your people, but you want her to be quiet because she's going against the mainstream agenda, because a Black woman dares to be different. A Black woman decides she doesn't want to be a Democrat, left leaning, liberal leaning, gay leaning anymore. She wants to find Jesus. She wants to get it right. Whether y'all saying she's doing it for a check or not, it doesn't matter. She's doing it, and that's her right. Let her do what she do. It's a bigger check than any of you will ever see in your life. I guarantee you, if she is getting a check. And she's still going to be Nicki Minaj. She's already a legend. If she gets saved and Holy Ghost filled and lives holy and never aligns herself with the left, she already did her thing. But what profits a man to gain the world and lose her soul? You can't take that from her. She's already did what she did. She already did that. She done already been on sold millions of copies of her CD. She done already did great things as far as in the celebrity world and as far as any artist would want to do. But what profits a man to gain the world and lose his soul? So she's saying she's getting closer to Christ. She said, I've sung for millions of people, and none of that means what it means now because I'm doing it for God. Whether you guys believe it or not, who are we to judge? Don't you guys always say only God can judge you? Who are you to judge? It's her right. But the fact that you Black liberals, white liberals, you liberals want to sit up here and be racist and claim that he a racist, although I already pointed out that he did more for Black people than anybody. Kamala and him only gave to HBCUs because he did it. The fact that you want to say that she doesn't have the right to express her newfound political beliefs, even as a Christian, even as a black conservative, it's just so hypocritical. Because if she was a Democrat doing it, and if a Republican, white or Republican, whoever, said you don't have the right to say that, I don't say it, be quiet, y'all would have said, oh, that's racist. They want to shush us. They only want to fit their narrative. They want to push their agenda. We should have the okay. So she has the right to believe and say and to use her platform for whatever the belief is she has, and it happens to be aligning with the right side now, the Christ side, the Christ is King side, the stop trying to make kids what they're not side, the boys are boys, the girls are girls side, the Jesus is King, the conservative. Black people were founded on Christian and conservative values. You let the left pimp you and rape you and turn you out. You basically became their little 304. Okay, and I could go deeper, but I'm not. Let's finish it. She has, I'm saying, to sit up there and say, why did she do that? Why didn't she just be quiet? Because she didn't align with their agenda, and because she decided she wants to grow up and change and get closer to Christ and be a conservative is crazy. She has the right to be a conservative, to find Jesus, to change. That's her right.
Husband about this BS, cause don't nobody care. I will not be adding clips into this video because the way I'm going to drag these people in this video, they'll definitely try to copyright strike me. So we're just going to talk about what I done heard, because yeah, the verbal lashing I'm going to give, I need to give it up good, and I need to give it up freely. Okay. But guys, before I get into this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all already know. Road to 30K. Okay, we got 1,400.
I don't like it. It's a word for the A word, accumulating or something. Y'all know the word to the Black American culture, while trying to drag this Black woman who is a Black American, what you're pretending to be, with all this I'm gonna and all this. That's not even your. That's not how they talk over there. They have such a sweet. They be like, oh my days, and I'm not saying they're not urban. You got your urban ones too, but even then, they language is still different. It's not the same energy we give. So I feel like she being mad fake, but you trying to talk about a whole Black American queen when that's not even your real energy. You being fake. I feel like that's wow. That's all I'm saying. It's annoying the crap out of me. But anyway, let's get into it. But you calling her fake whole time, you being fake. That's not even y'all energy. Like, they don't talk like us in the UK. They don't talk like us. She copying. What's that A word? Black American culture, and trying to say words that don't even come natural to them is just lame. Why you trying to clap back at a real Black American is crazy.
To go now, let's back it up. So the interview starts off with Nickki reading off her tweets that she sent to Gavin Newsom, the governor of California. And I felt like it was kind of embarrassing because Erica asked her to read it off. And it was like she was performing for Erica, for the audience. It was like she was really, really tap dancing. And it was like they were in the circus and Nickki was the clown and she was giving up all the amusement. And it was just embarrassing. It was just embarrassing. Like the fact that she is going back and forth with a governor. Like, Nickki, again, if it's not about the music, shut up. There's nothing for you to be like. If it's not about the music, hold your mouth.
That part right there, bro. I'm getting pissed at this lady. I'm getting pissed. This is what liberals do. They try to bully people, and she not even about that life. You trying to tell somebody to hold their mouth though. Like, I feel like clocking you right now. Like, that's the crazy part. But you talking about she going back and forth with the governor, this same governor that let California burn, mind you. People died just a few months back when California was on fire, right? In those little rich parts, and you know what I'm saying? People that thought maybe they would have been untouchable. People lost their lives, and it was even people in the hood and in the middle class neighborhoods that lost their lives too. I know an elderly lady lost her life. So when you saying that, it's a problem for her to have a whole governor that does not even care about his own state and his own citizens. He let them burn. I think he was on vacation, just like somebody Bass. Is crazy. It's very, very crazy. This same governor that's trying to tell boys to be girls and go to hospitals and get sex changes is crazy. Her standing up that children should be children when God calls them to be innocent, to be children, not going into a hospital getting a sex change. As a governor, you should care about your state. You should care about the people in your state. You should care. You should be there. You should have did preparation so that this fire would not have happened, or if it happened, it would not have lasted as long as it did. It wouldn't have been as devastating as it was. Lives wouldn't have been lost. You know how many people were so mad? How many people said they would never vote for him again? And to hear this buffoon in the UK over here trying to copy Black American culture and trying to go off on somebody on something that you know nothing about is wickedly stupid. It's dumbfounded. It proves how dumb and silly you are. You're a pretender. All you will ever be going this way is a pretender, because you're the one that's really not like us.
Because clearly you don't have the effort to actually have these conversations. I'm not saying you can't walk and chew gum at the same time. I'm not saying you can't be a musician, a rapper, and be into politics. But clearly by the things that she's saying, she ain't got it. She ain't got the I or the T, boo. And then she goes on to compliment the Trump administration and how he gives people hope. And Nicki needs to go where? In the bin. Because hope to do what? Hope to achieve what? Hope to accomplish what? She's very, very vague in her speech. A lot of conservative people do this ish as well.
I tell you what, hope that little Black kids don't have to get killed walking in Memphis, Chicago, and Washington, cleaning up them streets, sending in the National Guard where y'all was claiming he was racist, but people, Black men and Black women, got all on YouTube saying how they can walk to the store, walk to the gas station. They haven't walked there in 17 years. I tell you what, giving funding to HBCUs, I was one of them. I attended HBCU right now online. I've attended 3 in the past, Clark, Jarvis, and Texas College. Probably wouldn't have been able to do that without all the white supporters, including MAGA and Trump, who was funding more than the cheap Black people. I love my people, but Black people ain't giving like white Christians. That's a fact. Not even the Black Christians that y'all love so much and play their music so much. They don't give like white Christians. That's a fact. White Christians have always gave to HBCUs, whether it's guilt because they know what their ancestors did to us in the past. They have always. I was at the HBCU when the white Christians was coming in, the elderly people that was multimillionaires coming in, watching us sing because they were honoring them, because these were the white people y'all hate so much, the elderly white Christians, you know, the ones y'all call fascists and racists, that gave millions to a little Black girl like me so I can attend a HBCU in East Texas. That's what, whore. That's what thought. That's what pretender. This same orange man y'all hate that's fighting to clean up Black neighborhoods so Blacks can stop being idiots and killing each other, so that they can walk on the streets and that they 2-year-old don't get killed, so that that little Black girl can go be a teacher, a doctor. The whole shutting down the nursing program, don't agree with that. Shutting down Job Corps, don't agree with that. But by darn jolly poo pop pop tiddly doop, titty pop do wop dip dip do, he sure done did a whole lot for Blacks. So this girl, she can take that crap on somewhere. That's the hope he's giving, that if you want to make it, you can make it, because ain't nobody holding you back but you. That's why so many people are trying to come into America, because you can make it, regardless of who's in the president, who the president is, whether you agree with them or not. If God before you, who can be against you? If you're humble, if you have knowledge. But if you one of these dumb lefties that are racist, claiming he's a racist when he done did more for Blacks than anybody, then baby, you're not going nowhere like that. And that's coming from a Black American, you know, the one you're pretending to be. And that's natural. That's all me. I'm not pretending. I don't got no fake dialect. I ain't picking up no fake things that don't belong to me. That's all me. Get with that.
Very vague in the speech. Hope is he giving people?
How crazy. You were surprised that Owen had done it before.
Do you? Wrap it up. Hope to housing. Hope that you can come on.
I'm glad you
make
mentioned
it.
that. I'm glad she mentioned that, because I'm about to drag you. No, I'm gonna drag you, then I'm gonna sweep the floor with you, and then I'm gonna use you as a mop, and I'm gonna mop up the outside, and then I'm gonna mop the ceiling with you, because this Black woman, Kamala, that y'all praise so much, okay, because I don't really care about whatever the case may be, biracial, Black, whatever. She got a Black parent. She locked up plenty. She locked up plenty of black men in California for smoking weed, all while claiming to be Jamaican and claiming to be down, but locking up black men. And she locked up plenty of black women in California because their sick children had to miss school to be in the hospital, and whom your black queen, mixed queen, whatever you want to call her, the one that y'all praise so much and you were down with, right? The one that your Cardi B's and Beyonce was talking for. She put these black single mothers in prison for being in the hospital with their sick children. You know, this one y'all praise so much. Meanwhile, the orange man, the one you hate so much, talking about who is he giving hope, he released these black men, these black women. Meanwhile, these Christians that her demonic administration was locking up for praying at an abortion clinic, some even silently, they still had the audacity to put in prison. This orange man went and released these Christians fighting for the kingdom of God. Pardon them. That's the hope he's giving. That's the hope he's giving. That's the hope he's giving. Matter of fact, his administration was the one fighting to end this whole food stamp thing, and it was the Democrats that didn't vote enough to end it. So the ones that was holding up our precious black folks, that half of them that really don't even need it, all on YouTube stunting with snacks and pizza pockets and stuff, was your own administration, the Democrats. So when you saying what hope he's giving plenty of hope. If the people would look up and realize it. Hey, I can be a boss too. He's already given to blacks. He's fighting for black Americans. But y'all so stuck in racism and stuck on that Democratic plantation that y'all don't care to see it because you're dumb.
Like the hope. Like, what's he selling? Because I'm confusion. It just sounds like she's just saying words that sound good together rather than actually having an opinion rooted in evidence and real opinion. And y'all know I don't like that. And then she says that he beats the bad guys. Who are these bad guys? And how has he beaten them holding his head high? Like, she's going on like Trump is out here being persecuted. You know what I mean? People put him on the cross. Are we speaking about the same person? Like, are we legit speaking about the same person? Mind you,
Trump was passing out Bibles, selling Bibles, whatever. Trump proclaiming Jesus is king. Trump out here saying y'all are not going to persecute Christians no more. Like I said, fighting for black Americans, fighting to put Americans first. And this the one y'all got a problem with, up here cleaning up the hoods, trying to make it safer for little black babies. But you get idiots like this that still choose hate. Still perpetuate a hot mess of a situation because a black woman chooses to think for herself, to align with the right party, to align with God, to try to grow in Christ, to grow for the better, to mature, and not think the way she used to think. But that's a problem to these people because they're blinded. And if the blind lead the blind, they both fall into a ditch. So leave your comments below. I've shared mine. I'm a black conservative and I love this and I'm praying for Nickki. And I think that this has to happen when you're truly growing closer to Christ. And I don't care if it's what y'all say for a check, for a pardon. God can use all things for his favor. I really believe that she is getting closer to Christ. And I believe that God is doing something new with her. And the world won't understand it. They will drag you. They will talk about you just like this chick is doing. I don't have no problem with her. She's a beautiful young lady. I got a problem with what she's saying, how she thinks, because I don't like liberals. We don't like each other. We don't think the same. But as a Christian, I still have to pray for you. I still have to love you. But I don't like you. I don't like the way you think, just like you don't like the way they think. But because I don't like the way you think doesn't mean I can silence you or tell you you don't have the right to say what you think, because that's the whole beauty of America. Celebrities can use their platforms to talk about what they believe, what they support, just like Nicki used to do with the LGBTQ. Now she can use her same platform to say, you know what? No, God was right. A man is a man, is a woman is a woman. So what's wrong with boys being boys? Yeah, she can use that platform to do that. That's her right. That's her right. God can save her and use her. And even if all y'all walk away, she'll grow so many more people in support. She'll lead so many more souls to Christ if she truly comes under the authority and the transformation power of the Holy Ghost. And that's what I pray for her, for this crazy chick, and for everybody else. But it's a choice. I'm not going to force it on you. I'm not going to argue nobody's way out of insanity land, black democratic plantation land, or out of la crazy land, or out of hell. I'm not gonna argue. You can have your way. Go to hell. You know, if that's what you want to live in sin, petition for boys to be little girls and girls to be little, petition for LGBTQ and all that, when it's just sodomites and homosexuality, it's a spirit just like any other sin. You want to petition for these things? I'm not going to argue your way out of hell. If you want to go to hell, by all means go. But I will stand up for Christ and stand and for the truth and sound the alarm. That's my right. You don't have the right to silence us, because when we go against the grain and we go against mainstream, you liberal Democrats, the Democratic Party, you guys choose to silence us and then tell us stick with the music. No, you don't get to pick and choose who can use their platform to say what they believe in, to uplift their beliefs. You don't get that choice. You can't pick and choose. You can't gatekeep who's allowed to use their platform to promote this politician party when it's aligned with yours, and then when they're not, okay, just be quiet. It doesn't work that way. She's not a child. You're not her mama. She can do what she want to do. She want to serve Jesus. She can do that. She want to support Trump. She can do that. She want to be a black conservative. She can do that. And very well. And she did it very well. And she spoke very, very well, probably better than you ever will in your entire life. I clocked the tea. And if any of you want beef, you can get all the smoke all day, every day, in a classy way. Keeping it real with Bellingport. Let me know your thoughts below. Let's continue to pray for Nickki and pray for me, okay? Love you guys. Peace, smoochie. Okay, and listen, I love the people in UK that's keeping it real, being themselves. You don't have to be nobody else but yourself. Be you. Be you. But if you coming for other black conservatives, I'ma come for you. I'm coming for you, baby. Okay, bye-bye. We're gonna pray for Nickki though. I just want to let all you liberals know that you're full of crap. You're full of crap. Ain't nobody scared of you. And when you're really finding Christ and really going deeper in Christ, you don't care what you lose. You understand that the Bible said, if you truly love me, pick up your cross and follow me. You got to love me more than your wife, your kids, anything. He said you got to be willing to lose your life. If you lose your life, he said you'll find it in him, in eternity. He said, but if you're not, you'll lose it. What profits a man to gain the world and lose a soul? And if that's including losing you crazy lefties and this fan base that's totally stuck on this liberal demonic agenda, that's good. That's good, baby. You got to be brave and courageous in this thing for Christ. Rome wasn't built in a day. I believe this is the beginning of Nicki Minaj being saved. And I pray God uses her as a voice to the nations. And if you guys don't like it, you don't want to hear it, oh, well, Jesus saves. Christ is king. And all you crazy liberals, guess what? Guess what? Guess what? We have the right to believe and support, to be Jesus followers, and to also support Trump. And I don't agree with everything he does. Trump is not my God, Jesus is. But we have their right to be black Christian conservatives, and you're not going to stop us. If y'all can tell a little boy he can be a little girl, if y'all can allow trans men, not even trans men that are delusional, that want to call themselves trans women, to come into our bathrooms, and you think we're not going to fight back, if you think that we're going to let this country go to people that don't even share our values or beliefs and that think terrorism is okay, you're crazy. We're going to fight for Christ, and we're going to fight for country. And that's on period, baby. Christ is king. Let me know your thoughts.